Right. Hey, great. We're live, I think. So I'm just going to check. Looks like it's working. Yes, it's all good. Amazing. Right. So let me just do a couple of things before we go into today's training. Let me just do this. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. And yeah, if you can, let me know. I'll zoom the video. It's going to do this. And I think we're nearly there. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, let me just do this. I'm just doing something on the comments, make sure it's working. Right. Okay, cool. I'm good. I think I'm good. Right, welcome to today's training, which is the 7 levels of embodied leadership. So if you are new here and you don't know me yet, or you just kind of landed in the group, etc., and you're kind of not familiar with what I do, I'm just going to introduce myself really briefly. Okay, we're good. We are good. We're good. So I'm Gennye Rainbow Anderzon. I am an energy expert. I'm a healer. I'm a business coach. So I help my clients to unlock their income, their impact, all the things like their potential through deep inner work and through business, also through business coaching as well. So here we are today. So we're going to talk about the 7 levels of embodied leadership. And you might have heard about this before if you watched a podcast or if you listen to the podcast. You have heard me talking about it, and you probably may have seen it like in other places as well. So I'm just going to drop also the worksheet, because I've got a worksheet for you today, guys. I can see somebody's watching. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I don't think I can. Actually, I don't think I can. I don't think I can drop the worksheet. Look, I'm going to drop the worksheet later on when I'm finished, because we have a worksheet with today's training as well. So I'm going to do that later on when I'm done. So let's dive into the training. So over the years, so I started out, so I did marketing and business at university. I never actually got a marketing job. I went to travel the world instead. So it was more exciting for me to do that. I didn't really feel like I wanted to do a marketing job. It was really kind of quite bizarre, but obviously it took a full cycle when I started my own business. So I could use everything I learned originally and then top up my online marketing skills with, business coaching and other things. Nevertheless, I started out really properly with like working with a human, if you like, in 2000. So I became a therapist. I was a massage therapist, but I also became a counselor, and I was working with people in therapy. I extended it, carried on, working deeper and deeper with people who love doing lots of body work, physio work, and sports massage and things like that. And then I leaned in more into the the coaching, the therapist side of things. I carried on, but I leaned into that, and then I discovered some of the other things that I now take my clients through, which is soul contract readings and divine healing, like body activations, coaching, business, like expanding into highest potential, all those things. So I've got my tools, if you like. So what I discovered when I was working with people was that everything that they found that was like standing in their way, if you like, whether that was a mindset issue or a belief or a trauma or some sort of conditioning or imprint or something, I could always tie it back into the chakras, because each chakra represents a specific area of your life, if you like. And it was so over the years, like kept working with people, and it just came to me about a year ago how I could tie the different challenges that people are experiencing in becoming a leader or an embodied leader. I could tie it into the chakras, which was quite interesting. So then I started to talk about the 7 levels of embodied leadership, which is the 7 chakras. There are more chakras, we know that. There's like 15, 17, 18 chakras or whatever it is, to, you know, going all the way, you know, alpha, omega, and you have chakras in your hands, etc. as well. But I'm talking about the 7 sort of basic chakras, if you like. So I'm going to share with you today, and I would love for you to, we're going to do a little exercise as well. And I'd like you to kind of just take a little bit of time out and join for this exercise, and then listen to, you know, listen to the things that I'm asking you to do. So I'm just going to check if anyone's watching. I don't think anyone is watching right now, which is fine. I'm just going to see why I couldn't do everyone there. I'm just looking now. For some reason it's not working. Never mind. Okay, so let's dive in. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share the screen as well. So I'm going to talk about it. Share the screen. And let me just open up the thing first. 1 second. So the 7 levels of embodied leadership, which I'm so obsessed about. Right, here we go. Right, let's dive in to it. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. There we go. I think you can see it. All right, so let's go. I wonder where that's it. Okay, so I'm going to move this thing up here. All right, can you see that okay, guys? So I always start from the bottom. So when I first started out, like when I was doing therapy and massage and all the body therapies and all those things, reflexology, very sort of body-based to start with. Obviously, I was dealing with people's health all the time. So with that, I mean, you know, people would come stressed, but they could also have like IBS, or they could have anxiety, or they could have like digestion problems, they could have migraines, they could have, yeah, other like ailments, if you like, often lifestyle related, you know, with diet. I also have a qualification in nutrition. So when I first started out, you know, in 2000, working with people, health was at the, you know, the health and well-being, if you like, it was at the very center of everything that I did. So if somebody came for a massage, I would obviously kind of locate, obviously, what's going on in their body, but I will always do a lifestyle questionnaire, and, you know, always go through very meticulously at where the gaps would be in their health or in their well-being. So this is what I still do with my clients, right? So I'm so hot on this because what I realized then, that when people had big goals, or they had really big visions and things that they wanted to complete this lifetime, anytime the health was compromised, they had to step back. So that means that we always want to optimize health. And within that, I talk about, or teach about, I teach about diet, nutrition, as in like within the capacity that I can teach it. You know, the exercise, the breathing exercises, things like, you know, lifestyle and well-being tools. So, and also with the health, mental health, right? So throughout the period when I was working, I think maybe a few years in, I used to get people, even with massage actually, with a lot of mental like anxiety and a lot of, you know, issues in this way, feeling challenged, stressed, stretched. And as I added in divine healing to my toolkit, I did that in 2009. That's when I started using divine healing. So that's like 14 years ago. I then, without having a niche at the time, you know, because I wasn't online, you know, I didn't have a niche. I seemed to, you know, get people coming to me with a lot of anxiety and things like that. So my health and mental and physical health sort of knowledge is quite vast. And I realized that if I am going to catalyze and support and help leaders and visionaries of this world, we always have to address the health to make sure it's, you know, it's good. That doesn't mean that you know, everyone's might have some small ailments, or, you know, might have some things that is kind of, you know, not optimized perhaps, but I'm talking the big ones, you know, stress, anxiety, burnout, all those things. Like, I'm an expert of it, if you like. Sorry, my phone was going up. So I'm just going to make sure everything's working in the Facebook group, actually. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I don't think anyone, yeah, okay, fine. Don't think, okay, just go back. So, so the health was huge. The health has and has always been, and it will always be, right? So how I tie that with the root chakra is, so your root chakra is your very center from which you manifest, from which you feel safe in this world, from which you hold, you know, the very essence of yourself. You do this through a healthy, activated, balanced, and, you know, whole root chakra. What I realized was that most people that are traumatized and have experienced a lot of unsafety in their lives, they, like, their root chakra is either misaligned, it's either out of sync, it's either really detached from their body, almost like it's not, they cannot manifest and hold what they are looking to create and desire unless their root is fully rooted, fully activated, fully in the ground, sort of thing. And that goes all around along with the health, because it's almost like if your health is compromised, and if you are feeling not safe in this world because of mental and physical health issues, it's going to be really hard to hold anything in the physical world until you're, you know, until you're fully healed that piece, right? So that's the health aspect. So when I work with my clients, so when we, especially this is one-on-one, when I work with one-on-one, we often look at what level are you at. So they score themselves between 1 and 10 on each level. So each time. So you might say, okay, level 1 or health, 1 to 10, where are you at? They might say, actually, I'm an 8, you know, I feel good. I'm scoring myself. So we're going to score ourselves today, which I thought was brilliant. And you can then let me know below as well what score you're getting, right? So, so that's the health. Wealth. So wealth, when I talk about wealth, this is about being truly abundant, free, being provided for, feeling safe, having all the luxuries and the amazing things in your life and in your reality that you dream of, to feel fully supported. So this is kind of a masculine energy. So feeling fully supported, feeling fully, you know, full, like in your bloom. Like, so it's not just to do with money, it's to do how you feel from the inside, how you feel that you are worthy and deserving of all, like, limitless flow of abundance, limitless flow of everything that you are meant to have in this life. Like there is no limit to what you cannot have. And that includes, yes, it does include the material things, a wonderful home to live in with wonderful furnishings and beautiful things around you. It includes healthy relationships, a really great health, and the beautiful body that you are taking care of. You know, it's not just, it's not just money, right? So your wealth, and also, beautiful relationships with your loved ones, with your client, in your business, amazing opportunities coming your way, all those things. Really being able to tap into that quantum field to draw to you all the desires. And I link this to the sacral chakra because the sacral chakra stands for your expression, your creativity, your fullest expression, your desires, your sexual your sexual life as well, right? Your pleasure, feeling really in your divine feminine energy. And this is a place of creation. The womb, or the sacral chakra, is a place of creation and joy, and it holds so much power. And if we stay in that frequency of creation and joy and power in this way, we almost automatically attract wealth in our lives, because we feel so deserving and we feel so fully sort of full in our expression that it's a high vibration that will kind of just attract all those beautiful things. So it's very, very, it's very, very, very connected to your sacral. So again, if somebody comes to me and we're working together, they will say, okay, well, Mish, let's say wealth. So I said, okay, where are you? 2. Oh my God, I'm a 2. That could then be, so if we're working together, I'll be like, okay, Phyllis, okay, this is 2. And then we tune into what's going on. So that could be, then we work on the wealth issue. And then we'll say, okay, well, where is that problem? Or where is that issue? And that could be this lifetime. We can go back to a memory or a trauma or something that happened that made them feel that way. Or we go to past lives or the Akashic records, and we find things there. We then rewire, or subconscious mind. Obviously traumas, they will sit in your subconscious mind and the beliefs. Then we rewire, so we change everything, and then upgrade, and then align with the highest timeline, and then lock that in. And then we lock that in with different things, like I use also light language, and not just divine healing and command codes, but we also lock in with higher frequencies. So it's really powerful. It's really powerful. So often then when somebody, let's say we were working on the wealth. So what happens then? We address that one thing in that session, and whatever comes up. So when I'm in the session with my clients, my higher self shows me, like in images, what is going on, and then I will just access that, and then we'll go and work on that. So psychically, I'll access the parts of you or the parts of the client that needs accessing to change and to shift the actual block or limit, if you like. And then we increase it. So often it goes from a 2 to an 8 or 10, on that day. So I do this on all the levels. So we may work with 1 or 2 or 3, maybe even in one session, depending on where they're at and what they want to do as well, what they feel is priority as well. Now, power is obviously here. So solar plexus. So the 3rd chakra is your solar plexus. When I say power, I mean personal power. So this is about your holding power. This is about your, it's almost like I am, the statement of I am here. And then unapologetic sort of energy of being well, unapologetically you, but also an unapologetic sense of existence, that you don't have to apologize, you don't have to have imposter syndrome, you don't have to have an invisibility fear, you don't have to have to sort of alter yourself in order to fit in. And when you lock that sort of pure power into the body, it becomes resonance through your fields. And that power is very important in leadership, because that kind of power you can't like learn, you can only embody that type of power. And that type of power is also very reassuring for the people that are wanting to work with you, or or wanting to be in your space, because that's the kind of power that they are looking for, right? So today, if I just test my power, I feel like an 8 today. So you may feel something around that. You may feel, oh yeah, Gennye feels like she's in her power right now, or I can feel that energy from her. And it would be the same for you, like, when you're working through these different levels, it's very much about feeling it in the body, actually, because it's embodiment, right? So the solar plexus is all about personal power and boundaries and holding yourself. And I think when it comes to the solar plexus, there's so much disempowerment, there's so much leakage of energy. People give their power away to external narrative, or to external, like, other groups of people, like so much externally that they give their power away to, and actually they have all the power within that they need. Okay. The next thing is relationships, and I've linked this to the heart chakra. Obviously, the heart chakra is like being warm-hearted, or having, heart-opening conversations, heart-centered in this way. The warmth of the heart is how we connect with people. So, of course, the heart is going to be the space where we connect with other people and catalyze other people. And even in the soul contract, the 7s, which is a number that is a part of numerology in the soul contracts, the 7 stands for linking people together, catalyzing people, activating them, and catalyzing them from the heart space, because you're leading from a heart, centered way, basically. So I'm going to sneeze now. Oh, I've had a cold. Maybe not. Maybe it's cold. Yeah, I think so. Oh gosh. Anyway, so obviously these relationships, there's all relationships, right? Because if you're in a loving relationship, of course your heart is open, and you want to share your heart space with the person you love. But it's obviously also with the children. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Oh gosh. Oh. Gosh. Anyway, it's also with the people. So obviously your children, or your work, and your colleagues, your team, your clients, right? So when it comes to relationships, often what I find working with leaders in particularly, and way showers, that you shouldn't have to sacrifice your relationships or your health or anything else in order to succeed. Not at all. In fact, you should be building stronger relationships throughout as you're working on your success. And it's a very sort of old paradigm mindset and style to sacrifice something in order to get something else. And sometimes success in your chosen field will potentially be like you're sacrificing time with loved ones in order to get success. And that is very old paradigm. And I'm just going to check something here, actually. That is very old paradigm, and you're not meant to That's fun. I have a call, but that wasn't until 4:30. I just remembered now. I feel a bit scattered today because I've got this cold. Yeah, so you're not meant to, you're not meant to, sacrifice relationships. And actually, your very success as a visionary leader or a leader of the new world, it's going to be built on relationships as well. So you're going to be building all your success on the relationships that you are creating with people, creating with other business owners, your clients, the people that come into your world, etc. So it's such a vast sort of umbrella around creating an embodied leader. And so, yeah, so that's a relationship. The next thing, so I'm going to try and make sure I kind of cover everything without rushing it, but also not making it too long. So communication, throat chakra, of course. So I speak to and have worked with so many women who feel like their voice is blocked or their voice is compromised because a few things, I suppose. There will be, how we have been allowed to show up in this world. There would have been a limitation to how much we can say, who is listening. This is old paradigm programming. So some women feel like their voice is not heard. And I think it's a collective sort of programming of, the old era that we are now overcoming. So by opening the throat chakra and connecting deeply with your heart, and then connecting deeply with your truth, is really going to create change on this planet, because you have your voice. You have your voice that you can use in order to connect with people. So the healing of the heart, the throat chakra, is really important. Communication skills. I mean, I'm not a communication skill expert, but I do advocate like non-violent communication, mindful and thoughtful communication, as in, think about what you want to say before you say it. Impulsive communication is often not so efficient or not so successful. So this also comes down in with emotional intelligence, of course, and emotional mastery, to be able to use your words correctly. But also communication is obviously a part of your leadership. So when you are in that boardroom, or you are in that environment where you are speaking to a lot of people, which you like them to listen to you, your communication skills are really going to, be shown, and they are really important. So by really connecting with your truth and your message and what you came here to really do, and not filter that, is a really sort of almost like guaranteed success for an embodied leader, or for a person who steps into embodied leadership, and to not filter your truth, basically. The next thing is intuition, and this is really interesting because we all have intuition, and that's the third eye, by the way. So this is your vision, this is your ability to look into the future, and your psychic abilities as well. So with your intuition, so everyone has intuition. It's not like some person don't and some people don't or do. It's whether you listen and take action on that or not. And when you have those intuitive nudges, and I'm sure you have had moments where you're like, I knew I was meant to follow that. I knew I was meant to follow that intuitive nudge, but I didn't. And the amount of times I hear my clients say that is quite big. It's a big thing, right? So being connected to your intuition, not just following it because it's like inner guidance and that's what you're meant to be doing, and then take action on it. Not just because of that, but also your intuition is your gateway to formalize new ideas, to formalize new programs, to formalize new things that you want to bring in as a leader. So it's like your download channel, really. So when I work with people, your intuition becomes like 100-fold, because what happens is that when we start clearing layers of your energy and raising your vibration, do those things, it's like it brings more clarity to your channel. So you become just sharper on your intuition, which is a very desirable thing to have. Most of my clients love the fact that their intuition becomes so on point and so powerful, especially with the light body work. I mean, that's like, it really catalyzes your intuition and really helps you. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's like the Rolls Royce of intuition activation. But so in leadership, I believe that a lot of leaders in this world who's done really, well, whether they are entrepreneurs, or whether they are visionaries, or whether, whatever sort of industry they're in, of course they're led by their intuition. They wouldn't come up with all these amazing things and, take action on it, with such faith, if they didn't believe and feel it in this way. So intuition is almost like your secret weapon to success. And that's something that we absolutely want to enhance to, a 10. And that's something I help my clients with as well. The next one is your crown chakra. So this is the portal to your higher self and to the divine, like to your divine access, if you like, to universal truth, mission and vision. So some people would say, well, Gennye, I'm not really sure what my mission and vision is. They may have a vague idea of what it is. And some clients, obviously, they're already fully in their mission and doing their soul work and their business and their conscious projects or whatever it is they're doing, they're working for. And they're really clear on this. I feel that it's probably the mission vision that activates first in someone, because they're like, whoa, I saw this vision, or like I felt so connected to this download or this thing that I just, received, which is brilliant. But what I see is that comes in, but to anchor the vision and the mission fully and then make it a program, or make it a designed step here in 3D format, whatever that looks like, a live event or, a coaching program or whatever it is. It takes so many other parts to make that happen, of course. So, and that is again an embodiment. So when the embodiment happens, the mission comes through, and then the action taking is starting to happen. The person is starting to implement all the things to make this vision real. What happens, and this happens to me as well, is that all the things that could potentially be sabotage or standing in your way to create that vision, negative beliefs or some programming or some like DNA program, ancestral programming, or some other stuff, will then come up because it stands in the way for the person to fully embody and create this mission. And that could be anything. So a core wounding, often a core wounding comes up, and specifically throughout the light body process, the core wounding will always come up. So for example, my core wounding was around poverty to wealth. Not because I was poor, but because my bloodline. So there's a lot of poverty in my bloodline. I'm Swedish, we had all these hardworking farmers in the cold land of Sweden, who kind of lived on the breadline, for many hundreds of years, and it was cold. So it's like ancestrally, it was like poverty in my line. So I felt that. So one of my core woundings was that, and abandonment. So that has all come up early since I started healing myself. But basically, the core wounding will come up. So the mission will come through action taking starts happening, the blocks start coming up, and the core wounding is definitely, could be also trauma this lifetime, you know, something like, you know, abuse or bullying or something like that as well. So it doesn't have to be a massive thing, it could be also a smaller thing, because everyone's different and everyone's journey is different. So this is why the energy work, the clearings, the activations of the highest and big timeline, activating light body, all these tools, if you like, and all these things to make this happen is such an incredible journey and process for you, so that you can step in fully into embodied leadership. And I would love you to do it. I would love for you to do it. So if you would like the full training on this, go to, I've put it in the comments actually. It's just 7 levels of embodied leadership. It's a training that you can watch. I also invite you to an energy assessment call. So if you feel that you would like to have a 10 on all these, have a 10 on health, have a 10 on wealth, have a 10 on power, relationships, communication, intuition, mission, and vision, then definitely we should talk, because I can help you with all those things. So you can apply for an energy assessment call, and we can jump on a call and we can talk through these levels if you want, and just kind of touch on them. And then you can make some decisions how you want to invest. But I really would like to invite you to do this, because even if we just have the call and I help you see what where the blind spots are, at least you have some clarity as to where to go. It doesn't mean that you have to do the work now, you know, it doesn't mean that, but of course it's going to speed your success up. But at least you get some clarity on you know, what's missing, like, you know, where the blind spots are. Because often people, when they look at these, they can feel where the imbalance is, but they wouldn't know where the issue is lying. Usually they have an idea, but they wouldn't be able to completely locate it and sort of turn it around themselves, because it's like I said, it's like blind spots. Okay, that was all from today. And if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to know what you found most valuable and educational and inspiring and activating, whatever else you feel, in this video. Let me know below, and also tag a friend if you feel like they need to hear this as well. Okay, I'll see you really soon. Book your energy assessment call. You can go otherwise to watch the training if you didn't want to have an assessment call and you want to go deeper into this topic. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you next week. Well, I'll see you in the week, but I'll see you soon. Take care.